and gentlemen, welcome to Global Conference TV. Today we are talking about a very interesting topic. Many people, they are addicted to substance, but my guest today is addicted to the addict. I know you want to know more about him. This is Global Conference TV. You are watching my book story. So today I am with the man who's addicted to the addict. I'll give him a chance to introduce himself. How are you, sir?
Good, thanks yourself.
Please introduce yourself to my guests, because they're asking themselves, who is this man and what is happening?
Fantastic, no problem. So I'm Curt van Heerden, married to Bronwyn van Heerden, going for my 4th year of marriage right now, founder and CEO of the Institution of Grace, and I'm absolutely passionate about seeing broken people find restoration, meaning, and purpose to their lives.
Wow, that's a powerful, because many people, they run away from people who are broken.
Sure.
And then for you, you said, I want to help them, I want to see them getting restored.
Sure.
But before we start with the interview, I want to get it, where did it all begin? When did that idea came into your mind, and then you accepted it? Sure. When was the first day?
I think all of us have a level of brokenness within our lives that we often run away from.
Wow.
But what I've learned in terms of dealing with broken people is when your brokenness has intimacy with someone else's brokenness, that's when your potential is born as an individual.
Wow.
So I was down in Zambia on a ministry trip, and I saw a young boy carrying 2 bottles of water down the roads in Zambia. Now the roads in Zambia is not that good.
Okay.
It's kind of bumpy, it's dusty, and at that moment I desired to serve my generation.
Wow.
I desired to liberate Africa and let Africa see that we have a voice in the world, that we can be what many people think we can't be.
And it's amazing that you were broken, and today I'm sitting with the speaker, I'm sitting with the CEO of an organization, sure. I'm sitting with an entrepreneur.
Sure.
And for me, that's a powerful turnaround.
Definitely.
I want to understand that when you decided that I want to become the loudest voice in Africa, what were the challenges that you faced in the beginning?
I think the challenges that I faced in the beginning, in our culture, being 25 and having a vision that's bigger than your age is not normal. You are categorized into how you got to develop in terms of social expectation of you, in terms of how society wants you to develop, and how people's perspectives of being a 25-year-old, it's almost as if they incarcerate you to achieve certain things at a certain age.
Wow.
So when I launched and I started about 5 years ago, that's what I faced. I faced people thinking and people having the opinion of me that I'm too young, that I don't know much, I don't have a lot of experience behind me. And that was one of the biggest hurdles I had to overcome. But I knew that only time would be the deciding factor.
Wow.
And within the time, I constantly allowed myself to constantly keep on growing. Because there's nothing worse as having your opportunity come to you, a moment such as this, but being unprepared.
No, that's powerful. And like I visited your center,
sure,
and I saw young people, and what is interesting what was interesting for me when I get there, I did not see the edit. I saw young people with bright future, and it's only when someone told you that these guys they are fighting some challenges. And there's something that I like in your book. You said your job is not to clean them, but to develop a leader within them. Talk more about that.
I believe within each and every addict is a hidden leader waiting to be discovered and to be found.
It's powerful, man.
The perspective we have towards an individual determines the level of impact we would have in their lives.
Wow.
Perspective's everything. The minute someone walks through my gates and through our gates at the organization, they are not an addict. There are potential that's locked up in their addiction. And if I don't unpack the life behind their addiction, I don't develop the leader. So it's never going to be about cleaning the addict. That's a process that happens automatically.
Yeah.
But we should not hide our inability behind what happens automatically. So if we are not leaders, we can't raise leaders.
Yeah.
So to see a leader, you have to be a leader. So how I see an addict is how I see myself. And that's why I can live with them at the level that I live with them.
Yeah.
And I can see them the way I see them. Because it will always be about producing the leader and not just cleaning the addict. it will always be about purpose that strives over sobriety.
And yeah, we're going to even touch on that one. But I just want to get into your mind, like, because the way you think is different, and there are few people who are doing what you are doing, but not at the level. Like, what motivated you to do? Because I even saw, like, at the center, like the way you are doing things is different. What motivated you to think the way you're thinking, and what drives you every day?
My own personal challenges. Growing up in the community I grew up in, witnessing people getting shot, stabbed, brutally beaten. These were common occurrences to me as a young boy.
Okay.
Culture shapes and develops you like nothing else. And when I was on an endless mission to find my purpose and discover my God-given mandate in this world,
okay,
I came up against a lot of obstacles. When I started an organization, I knew that if I only clean the addict and I don't prepare them to overcome the obstacles that everyone fights who wants to get to purpose and destiny, then I'm not doing my job. Or rather, I'm not fulfilling my calling. And my passion's born out of what I strive to be every day.
Wow.
My passion's born out of the hurdles I have to cross. Hurdles of insecurity, hurdles of low self-esteem, hurdles of sometimes feeling that you're not good enough, hurdles of questioning yourself every single day. Can I? Will I? When will it ever come? Those are normal questions that every person who strives towards destiny and purpose will ask themselves. You're not absent from that. And I knew that once an addict finishes my program, that is what he will encounter. That is why it was not about dealing with his addiction. It was about dealing with the person that could not control or be controlled by the addiction, and preparing that person to live a life outside of his addiction.
Yeah. And I must commend you with what you are doing, and I because from what you are doing, you clean them, and then you prepare themselves to face themselves
without a doubt,
connect with their purpose, and then you don't even, and then you prepare them even for the outside world.
Definitely.
There's something that you said rehabilitation starts with me.
Sure. Elaborate
on that.
Until you show gratitude to how God has privately shown grace to your sin, you will never show grace to an addict's public disgrace. Yeah. You will constantly show judgment. All of us were at the point in our lives where we needed something bigger than our intellect, bigger than our connections,
wow,
bigger than the books we've read, bigger than the information we've acquired, but where we needed a touch of God's grace. It is the gratitude we show towards the moments of private intimacy with God that allows us to show grace to the addict. So when I speak about rehabilitation starts with me, this is the nutshell. When we drop the magnifying glass and pick up the mirror, it will reveal what's hidden in our hearts.
Sure.
And once that is revealed with the addict, not for the addict, but together with the addict, all of us walk towards a journey of rehabilitation.
Wow. That's really powerful. And there's another point that I want you even to share with my guest, with my viewers. You're saying that you're helping them to win the game. What game that are you helping them to win? What game are they playing?
They're playing a game of constantly feeling not good enough. Playing a game where I'm constantly feeling like I don't fit within society. I don't belong. Remember, when an addict finds restoration or sobriety, he finds it after 7 years or 8 years. So what has happened in that time? Technology has advanced. So they are socially irrelevant, economically illiterate. So they have sobriety, but they don't have identity. And that's the game that they play. And if I don't help them win that game, I surrender them to a lifestyle of defeat.
Wow.
It's a constant game.
So you're pushing them to win the game every day. Can you give us an example of how are you doing that?
Not only pushing them, but preparing them.
Okay.
And we do that through organization and through one-on-one coaching.
Okay.
Currently, I'm coaching guys who's been addicted for 17 years, clean for 3 years, coming through our organization. Addicted for 8 years. Married a girl who came through our organization. They got married, has a child, got their own place, both of them working. But I'm coaching them how to constantly win the adversities of life.
And there's an interesting story where you share about a man, but I'm not interested on the man. I'm interested to the woman who was able to stay with this man
Sure.
for 10 years.
Sure.
And on that, I saw that you're able to help the man and you're able to coach the woman.
Yeah.
Share that story with us.
There's the addicted and there's the affected.
Sure.
This is what rehabs won't tell you. They will work with the addicted. They'll get you to spend your money, swipe your medical aid card, and pay you thousands of rand. But they will not deal with the affected.
Wow.
If I have a husband who's addicted for years and I book him into a rehab, what internal rehab do I have to book myself into as a wife to find healing for what his addiction has done to me?
Sure.
So there's the addicted, which is the addict, but then there's the affected, the loved one or the one he's married to. There's nothing worse as being addicted to an addict, but losing yourself in the process.
Sure.
So when I write about that woman being married to the addict, I realize this. There's one thing worse than being addicted,
What is it?
and that is loving an addict who is addicted.
And when I must say, your system is so powerful, because I understand that if you are taking care of someone, there is a level of disturbance or there's a level of damage in your life. And then if that person is fixed and then you are not fixed, then there is a problem there. But what you are doing, it's, for me, it's so powerful that you are able to bridge the gap and make sure that families, they're being okay. And we'll talk about, and then there's something that you said in your book, like staying filled. What is that?
And I believe dealing with an addict does not require any level of intellect. Dealing with an addict does not require any level of knowledge you're going to acquire in this world. Dealing with an addict requires you to stay filled with the empowering of the Holy Spirit.
Wow.
Dealing with an addict requires you to tap into wisdom that's beyond what we acquire in this world. We are in this world, but we are not of this world. If you're going to show an addict the love that God gave us, you got to stay filled with His Word. You got to stay filled with prayer. You got to stay filled with worship. It is only when you stay filled with God will you give an addict what his addiction does not expect you to give him. His addiction expects you to give him judgment. His addiction expects you to give him the treatment that he feels he deserves. I'm going to hide my phone away. I'm going to hide my car keys away. But when you stay filled with God, you understand what it is to die for someone while they're yet sinners.
If I may share with you, you see, when I was reading the book, I find something that I usually don't get. You see, there are books that are written for Christian, and when the writer is writing, you see this book is for Christian. But your book, it says addicted to the addict. But I saw that most people who will benefit from this book, people who are not addicted, people who are living with the addicts. Because like I'm imagining a woman somewhere, like he is trying to find a solution through his son addiction, and they book him to your facility, and when that son comes back, that woman, he doesn't know what to do, how to treat him.
Definitely.
But your book,
it
will solve the problem.
It's the solution.
It's the solution. It's the solution that we've been looking for.
Sure.
And there's another point where you say going an extra mile. And this is because I don't want to give everything, because now I know everyone is convinced that this book is the book of the century.
Definitely.
So going an extra mile, explain that. What do you mean when you say you need? I need you to explain it like this: going an extra mile as an addict, and going an extra mile as someone who's living with an addict.
Going the extra mile for the addict.
Okay.
Until we love the unlovable, forgive the unforgivable, we are not traveling the road of going the extra mile. That's what the extra mile is. The extra mile costs us money we're not willing to spend, time we did not calculate. It costs us resources we're unwilling to tap into. Now don't ask me to go the extra mile when the first mile is filled with so much hurt, pain, confusion. Pastor, you don't understand. Curt, you don't understand. He has stolen. He's robbed. I came home from work. My house was swept clean. And you're still asking me to go the extra mile. But it's in going the extra mile where we lose our strength and we find our weakness, and God's strength is perfected. It's only in going the extra mile where we discover how committed we are to what God puts in front of us.
You know, this is a beautiful story. Now, I'm just chatting to
Sure.
you because, like, I see you, like, you find purpose when you are serving your purpose. I'm not sure if I'm putting it right.
Come on.
Because, like, now, like, your energy is, like, you are living this life. So, share with us, what is your purpose, man? What is your story?
Like a fish can't live without water, I can't live without producing the leader that's hidden in an addict. Where people see brokenness,
Yeah.
I see the potential of who this person is predestined to be. That is my purpose.
It's your purpose, yeah.
But if you want to ask me what's my ultimate purpose, it is this. It's laying my life down as a bridge so others can get to theirs. I don't believe my purpose is to be seen. My purpose is to be seen while remaining unseen.
Unseen. Yeah, this is powerful. So that, guys, you have witnessed for yourself the kind of leaders we have in Africa. I don't want to say South Africa. It shows that there is a voice that is shouting to the world from Africa. I want, because now I've witnessed a great speaker, a coach, and you are running your business, and then I want to share with the viewers, where can they get you if they want to speak? Because now they should buy the book, but I know some people want to book you for speaking engagement. How can they get hold of you?
Definitely. You can contact me on my personal number.
Sure.
That's 066
66
2555
2555
931.
931.
You can get me on social media platforms, Curt van Heerden on Facebook, and that's about the two main platforms that I will be available.
Okay.
You can also email me on curtv9@gmail.com. Let's change the world together.
Okay, guys, this was my book story from Global Conference TV. I told you guys that I'm only bringing the best, and you have witnessed for yourself. This guy is new in the business. I'm telling you, this book is going to become the best-selling book in the world, and he's one of the most sought-after speaker. And make sure that you book him just to listen to him when he speak about purpose, because this guy is something else. So catch us again every Wednesday. We are here at Global Conference TV. My book story. We're changing the world through books. Thank you.